On January 31st, 2026, the new Patriotic Party will make a choice that determines its future. 5 men, 1 ballot, 214,000 delegates voting across Ghana. The party that lost power in December 2024 must now answer one question: who can lead them back? A billionaire businessman who says he will run Ghana like a company, an economist who digitized the nation that preceded over its worst economic crisis, an agriculture minister who created food surpluses, an education reformer who built schools in America and Ghana, and a party loyalist who was kicked out then stayed anyway. This is their story, not who should win, not who will win, but who they are, what they've done, and what they promise. Presented in the order they appear on the ballot. Let's begin. First on the ballot is Kennedy Ohene Agyapong, born June 16, 1960 in Asin-Dompim, a village in the central region. His family had little. As a boy, Kennedy sold items on the street to help them survive. He attended Adisadel College, then traveled to the United States for university at Fordham in New York. While studying business, he worked multiple jobs. He learned, he returned to Ghana with a plan. Kennedy built a business empire: Oman FM, Ash FM, Netu TV, which became one of Ghana's major media networks, real estate, a steel manufacturing plant, the first owned by a Ghanaian, construction, hospitality. By the time he entered politics in 2000, he was already a millionaire. He became a member of parliament for Asin North in 2000, then Asin Central from 2012. He won 6 consecutive elections from 2000 to 2020, never lost once. In 2022, he announced he would not seek re-election to parliament for a 7th term. He served as chairman of the Defense and Interior Committee during his parliamentary tenure. Kennedy became known for speaking directly, often controversially. When he saw corruption, he called it out. When Ibrahim Mahama was accused of tax evasion, Kennedy demanded his arrest. When investigative journalist Anas released exposés, Kennedy publicly challenged him. Kennedy Agyapong's leadership style emphasizes bold accountability and direct citizen engagement, which could strengthen public trust in governance. His outspoken stance against corruption signals a future where leaders are held more openly responsible for their actions. In 2023, Kennedy ran for NPP Flagbearer against Dr. Bawumia. He came second with 37% of the vote. After the loss, he supported the party and campaigned for Bawumia in the 2024 general elections. Kennedy returned to seek the flag bearership again. His message centers on his business experience. His platform focuses on industrialization to create employment, tourism development to make Ghana a competitive destination, commercial farming for food security. His campaign slogan redefines PhD as patriotism, honesty, and discipline. Kennedy emphasizes his independence from the previous administration's economic decisions. He was not vice president. He was not the economic management team. He positions himself as an outsider to those failures. Those close to Kennedy describe his leadership as bold and direct. They point to his business successes as proof he can deliver. His supporters believe his willingness to challenge both the NPP establishment and political opponents shows strength. Recent polling data shows Kennedy had cross-party appeal. He polls better among NDC voters and floating voters than other NPP candidates. Among younger Ghanaians frustrated with traditional politics, he has significant support. Former CAF Vice President Kwesi Nyantakyi has said Kennedy's minimal connection to the previous government's failures makes him a strong candidate for 2028. Kennedy's supporters see his campaign as about transformation and breaking from the past. Second on the ballot is Dr. Bryan Acheampong. Born November 27, 1972, he served in the United States Air Force before pursuing higher education. He holds a PhD in Information Systems from the University of Ghana. He has a PhD candidacy in Security Studies. Before politics, he built businesses across multiple sectors. Rock City Hotels became a significant hospitality chain. He invested in agribusiness, real estate, and security services. Bryan entered politics as Member of Parliament for Abbey constituency in 2017. He has represented the constituency for multiple terms. He served as Minister of State at various ministries before becoming Minister of Food and Agriculture. In 2023, in his agricultural portfolio, he advanced the Planting for Food and Jobs program. The initiative registered 1.2 million farmers. Government subsidiaries expanded. Agricultural output increased significantly. By November 2025, Ghana experienced a food surplus, requiring government intervention to purchase excess production. In 2019, while serving as Minister of State for National Security, violence occurred during a by-election in Yaw Osei West Wagon. Armed men attacked voters. At least 18 people were injured, 6 with gunshot wounds. A commission of inquiry concluded that Bryan, as minister, bore ultimate responsibility for the incident, though he denied direct involvement. Bryan is seeking the flag-bearership, emphasizing his record of implementation. He argues that the party needs a leader who delivers tangible results, not just policy papers. His platform focuses on modernizing agriculture through technology and investment. Food security and agriculture exports are central themes. He emphasizes youth entrepreneurship programs, infrastructure development across regions, enhanced national security systems. Bryan positions himself as someone who executes difficult assignments for the party. He points to his business success and his ministerial achievements as evidence of his capability. Bryan Acheampong brings a strong background in security, governance, and strategic planning, which is critical for national stability. His experience positions Ghana to strengthen international security, crisis response, and national resilience. With a business-oriented mindset, he represents a leadership style that values efficiency, structure, and execution. Those close to Bryan describe his leadership as decisive and results-oriented. They point to the unprecedented food surplus as proof of his effectiveness. His supporters emphasize his academic credentials, his business acumen, and his understanding of both security and development. He polls at 3 to 5% in recent surveys. His support base is concentrated in the eastern region, where he has invested significantly in development projects. His supporters see his candidacy as about action over rhetoric. Third on the ballot is Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. Born October 7, 1963 in Tamale, Bawumia chose academia over early politics. He studied economics at Buckingham University in the UK, earning first-class honors. He continued to Oxford for his master's degree, then to Simon Fraser University in Canada for his PhD. He worked as an economist at the Bank of Ghana, eventually becoming deputy governor. He taught at Baylor University in Texas and consulted for the African Development Bank. In 2008, Nana Akufo-Addo selected Bawumia as his running mate to bring economic expertise and northern appeal to the NPP ticket. They lost in 2008, they lost again in 2012, but in 2016 they won. Bawumia served as vice president from 2017 to 2024 as head of the economic management team. He led the country's digital transformation. The Ghana card became the national identification system. Mobile money interoperability made Ghana the first African country where users could transfer money seamlessly between banks and mobile wallets. The digital address system gave locations across Ghana unique codes. Now you can access locations easily. Medical drone deliveries expanded, creating the world's largest medical drone network. Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia's digitalization agenda benefits the nation by making governments work better for the people, saving the state's billions of cedis into the formal economy and widening the tax base without overburdening the poor. These reforms build strong national systems that support accountability, efficiency, and inclusive development for all Ghanaians. During the second term, Ghana's economy faced severe challenges: COVID-19, drought, and the Russia-Ukraine war. It contributed to economic instability. Inflation reached 54%. Interest rate exceeded 30%. In 2022, Ghana defaulted on its debt. The government sought an IMF bailout. In 2024, Bawumia ran as the NPP's presidential candidate. He lost to John Mahama, receiving 42% to Mohammed's 56%. Well, Bawumia is seeking the flagbearership again. He acknowledges the economic difficulties but emphasizes the structural achievements of digitalization. His message focuses on experience and continuity. His platform emphasizing completing the digital transformation. He proposes tax reforms to support business growth, expansion of STEM education, reduction of government size, technology-driven agricultural development, and private sector job creation. Bawumia argues that the foundation laid during his vice presidency positions Ghana for recovery. He points to his 8 years of government experience and his understanding of policy implementation. Those close to Bawumia describe his leadership as measured and intellectual. They emphasize his credentials as an economist and his international recognition. December 2025 polling by Global Info Analytics shows Bawumia leading the primary race with 45% support among delegates. Among core NPP voters, he has 72% backing. His supporters point to his Northern Ghana appeal as crucial for the NPP, a party that historically struggles in that region. They argue that his calm temperament and policy depth make him the most credible candidate. They see his candidacy as about building on achievements and demonstrating that the party can learn from setbacks. Fourth on the ballot is Dr. Yaw Osei Adutwum. Born April 9, 1964 in Agyei, Ashanti region. His parents were farmers with no formal education. The family lived in poverty. Despite the hardships, Yaw excelled academically. He traveled to the United States for higher education. He earned his PhD in educational policy from the University of Southern California, in Los Angeles. He founded a new design charter schools, 3 campuses, over 1,200 students. The schools achieved a 95% university acceptance rate, establishing his reputation as an educational innovator. Adutwum returned to Ghana to serve in education. He became Member of Parliament for Bosomtwe constituency in 2017. He has won the seat in multiple elections, most recently in 2024, with 84.8% of the votes. He served as Deputy Minister of Education from 2017 to 2021. Then as Minister of Education from 2021 to 2025, during his tenure, he oversaw the expansion of free senior high school. He established 35 STEM schools across Ghana. Technical and vocational training programs received upgrades. On November 21, 2024, he commissioned 80 educational projects in a single day. Schools, laboratories, and facilities opened simultaneously across the country. Adutwum personally funds scholarships for 150 students from the constituency to study engineering and medicine. Adutwum is seeking the flagbearership with education reform as a central theme. He argues that Ghana cannot develop without investing in its people's capabilities. His platform prioritizes STEM education and vocational training, aligned with job market needs, teacher professionalization, equitable access to equality education, integration of technology in learning. His often quoted statement captures his philosophy: we cannot memorize our way out of poverty. Adutwum positions himself as someone who has demonstrated educational transformation at scale, both in America and in Ghana. Those close to Adutwum describe his leadership as visionary and committed to long-term development. They emphasize his international recognition for education reform. His supporters point to his humble origins as evidence that he understands Ghana's challenges from personal experience. He polls at 1 to 2% in recent surveys. His supporters believe that education reform, through less dramatic than other issues, represent the most sustainable path to national development. They see his candidacy as about building human capital for Ghana's future. Fifth on the ballot is Kwabena Agyepong, born March 6, 1962. Ghana's Independence Day, yes. His father, Justice Agyei Agyepong, was one of 3 judges murdered in 1982 during Ghana's military dictatorship. Kwabena studied civil engineering at Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. He founded Constru Consult Limited, working on major infrastructure projects including the Kotoka Airport runway. He also worked as a sports journalist at Ghana Broadcasting Corporation. Kwabena joined the NPP early in his career. He served as Presidential Press Secretary to President John Kufuor from 2001 to 2006. In 2014, the party elected him General Secretary. He was responsible for party organization and strategy. In 2015, internal party conflict led to his suspension alongside the national chairman and a vice chairman. The party removed him from his position. Rather than leave the NPP or retire, Kwabena remained. He served his suspension. He continued supporting party candidates in every election, including those who had suspended him. He campaigned for Nana Akufo-Addo. He campaigned for Bawumia. Kwabena is seeking the flag bearership as someone who has experienced both leadership and rejection within the party. His message emphasizes loyalty and service. His platform focuses on party unity and welfare of party members, infrastructure development based on his engineering background, reduction of government expenditure, return to what he describes as the NPP's foundational principles of good governance and integrity. Kwabena has stated his intention to bring back party members who left, including Alan Chairman. He positions himself as someone who understands the cost of division. He notes that his ballot position, number 5, is the same position President Kufuor held when he won the NPP primaries in 2000. Those close to Kwabena describe his leadership as principled and focused on service. They point to his decision to remain with the party despite being suspended as evidence of his commitment. His supporters emphasize his experience in government communication and his engineering expertise. He polls at less than 1% in recent surveys. His supporters believe his redemption story and his message of party unity resonates with delegates who have felt marginalized. They see his candidacy as about healing and bringing the party together. 5 different paths into politics. 5 different answers to what the NPP needs. Agyapong, the businessman who built an empire and promises to run Ghana with the same principles. Dr. Bryan Acheampong, the implementer who points to agricultural success as his credential. Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, the economist who digitized the country and seeks to complete the transformation. Dr. Yaw Osei Adutwum, the educator who believes Ghana's future depends on its schools. Kwabena Agyepong, the loyalist who remained with the party through rejection. On January 31st, 2026, over 214,000 delegates will choose among them. The decision will shape the NPP's approach to reclaiming power in 2028. This is not about who should win. This is about understanding who they are. What happens next is in the hands of those delegates. If you found value in these profiles, like this video, subscribe to OJA Studios for more stories about Ghana's leaders and decisions shaping our future. Share this with someone who wants to understand the NPP path forward. The contest continues.